talk about the FIP stat in baseball. It's a pitching stat to use alongside ERA and WHIP. FIP stands for Fielding Independent Pitching. It's used to evaluate a pitcher's performance without the backing of their defense. It focuses on the events that a pitcher can control, like strikeouts, walks, hit by pitches, innings pitched, and home runs. It doesn't take into account singles, doubles, and triples like ERA and WHIP does, because this stat is basically saying that once the ball is in field play, less likely that the pitcher is able to control that, and they're limited in those plays. It doesn't take any of that into consideration when evaluating someone's FIP. Look at it as a pitcher outside of their team's fielding performance. It also used to determine a pitcher's future success, because it kind of, in a way, doesn't just tell you how good the pitcher was, but mostly how good they should be based off those individual factors that they could control. There's an equation for it. I found this on Fangraphs, and it kind of explains here their definition of FIP. Now, is this stat flawed? Yes, it can be, because it basically is saying that if a hitter is getting a single, triple, or double, it's not the pitcher's fault. And that's not always the case. If they're able to hit those balls into play, that's still dependent on the pitcher. So ERA and WHIP takes that into consideration, but also kind of it's all of that on the pitcher rather than just the whole defense. Average score for FIP is usually 4.0 or 4.2. You want to stay in the 4s or below. So the lower your FIP score is, the better. If you start getting high into the 4.70 and 5s, that's when it's like, okay. And again, it's not taking into account the other fielder's performance. It's basically saying it's all on you. We're just taking out any field play. We're taking out any other defense. How's your performance doing? Okay, though, I don't look at FIP as much as I look at ERA and WHIP. I think that FIP is a good stat to use when we want to get an individual pitcher's defensive measure down. However, I don't think it should be the only one that you use because it takes out the other factors that also affect the game.